Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the specific area of Advanced Business and Financial Management. I hope you're doing well, all everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about another topic. Anchi, chaliye, let's continue further. We were talking about adjustments of uncertainty. This is the next topic that we have taken up. First of all, everyone, please share the session, like the session, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it yet. Okay, all these important things are required because now we are coming up with more and more for all the batches that we are taking up. Chaliye. With this comes the first question. What do you mean by the term? What is the project specific risk? The risks are basically what? What we thought and what we have got is not the same. That is what we do now. Sometimes we put money into something just on the basis of the fact that someday, pata hai, I really want to get money. Someday I really want to grow. Someday I really want this thing and that thing. That's why you're ready to put up more efforts, you're ready to put up more money, you're ready to put up more capital, you name it, and people are giving it. So that means they're taking the risk for what reason? There must be a very strong reason for taking these risks now. The strongest reason for taking these risks is that you are expecting a return. But when you don't get the return, that is where the project can be dwindled, or the existence of that very organization sometimes gets dwindled as well. That means this project specific risks are risks which are related to one specific project. But the fact is that that one particular project, how important is it, what's the intensity of the project, will determine the interest of the management in it. Because I don't think the management will put themselves into work on those bases where the working is limited, the project returns are limited. The places where the returns are immense, na, that is where the management will itself get into. It will jump into or hop into that specific area and say, nahi, we will take care of this thing. Right? So that particular thing is covered there. What is project specific risk? Risks that are common to the all projects, or the specific unique to the project related to the high technology, politically unstable countries, hazardous chemicals. Okay, now that makes more sense. Huh? Then seasonal businesses have risks, or they will always have risks because their earnings is always in the season. After the season is over, they have to really switch on to something else to cover up the money. Then risks that are related to the changes in the market demand. That is related to every business there. I don't think this is a project specific risk. This is a general risk. When you are surviving in the market, when you are on the road, you are subjected to risk of having an accident. है ना? No matter how do you drive. So in this case, the correct answer is B. That is project specific risk. Then everyone, next question. What is the overall impact? What is the overall impact of various risks in the business, everyone? What is the overall impact? I'm not talking about the small impact, big impact, A impact, O impact, but what is the overall impact? There are so many risks that people are taking up. They only affect the marketing strategies. They don't. Uh, they only influence the operational efficiency. Again, they don't. They impact sales, cost, profitability. They do, but they are negligible. I wish we could ignore the results, risks, and we can get into the results. But the fact is, with great risks comes great returns. There are people who went out of the way, the entrepreneurs that we see today. They took up the risks. There are entrepreneurs who gave up their opportunities to have some jobs and everything, and then they are standing where they're currently standing, isn't it? Good morning, Vishwanath sir. Thank you so much for the reply. Everybody who's there in the session, please share the session, like the session, and don't forget to enroll in our Parpack revision batch. Our Parpack revision batch is out. I'll be starting with my sessions as well. I think we are starting with that particular area on 8th. From 8th of June onwards, our Parpack revision batches, case study batches would be starting. A revision come case study, and then my session would be starting from, I think, 10th of June. So you be there, please, so that everybody who's a part of Mahapack, you don't have to do anything else. You can just directly get into the class. Everybody else, you might have to take up the specific course. So please go ahead and enroll yourself right away so that you can prepare with us in your last moments, right? Because ultimately just the examination is hardly a month away, and you get enough time to cover ABFM. Otherwise, ABFM is a very long and extensive subject. It's not a small subject. Okay, when we talk about the overall impact of the various risks, everyone, it impacts all these things altogether. It affects the sales, you never know. Can it affect the cost? Again, if there's a risk of inflation in the country because of anything that is happening in the country. For example, in our country, one of the basic things that is still affecting the masses is inflation. Even if we accept it or not, the inflation is one particular part where we are still lacking behind, right? Masses are still affected by this part. So in this case, what is the overall impact? I think if we talk about the overall impact, it is the sales, profitability. Okay, primary purpose of sensitivity analysis. Ajay, everyone, if I tell you that I'm sensitive to dust, that means what? That if I'm exposed to dust, I might get sick? है ना? That is what I can tell you, na? Sensitivity means that thing. You might be affected by one particular thing. To simplify the calculations by ignoring the certain variables, then the next part is to assess the impact of changes. Then comes the next point, which is to ensure that the project stays within the budget or to eliminate all uncertainties. What do we do, everyone? To eliminate all uncertainties is just not possible. Huh? Sensitivity talks about only elimination of anything is just not possible. That's one particular reality. Everyone, you just cannot remove the uncertainty out of your life. Is it really possible to remove any uncertainty? You just can't. To ensure the budget stays within the budget, nah. The project and the budget has nothing to do with this. The answer is B. To assess the impact of changes in important variables on projects and estimates. Matlab, if one thing changes, how much impactful it can be on the other areas. This can be done now. Because yes, everything is impactful, but maybe it is more impactful in one particular area and less impactful in the other. Every project, every rather timing even. Everyone, this can happen. At one point of time, a person might not be dust allergic, but after a few years, they turn dust allergic because your body changes, everything happens. You might be going through stress or you're overexposed to dust and all, and that led to a situation. That means in the same business where earlier the inflation wasn't affecting because they had cover over it, but now for some reason the clauses might have changed and you might be exposed to something which you never wanted to. Again, organization, variability, society, bigger version, economy, that all things affects a business to grow. The sensitivity is related to one variable. Which of the following is not a component of sensitivity analysis, everyone? Assessing the impact of the variable changes, or simplifying all the calculations, safeguarding against uncertainties, or in evaluating net costs, revenues, and profits. Okay. Sensitivity. See, to assess the sensitivity, I might have to literally sit down and see the impact of each and every variable now. Jesse, if I'm conducting an allergy test, they what do they do? Have you seen an allergy test? What do they do? What they do is basically they inject your body with all those foreign materials and try to find out if the skin gets swollen. That means you are allergic to it. If nothing happens, then probably you don't have a problem there, right? Now, Hanji, everyone, when we talk about not a component, it is B. They don't care about simplifying the calculations. For this, we have calculators. Sensitivity would look into the variables, into the uncertainties, into the cost, revenue, and net profits. It doesn't look into anything else. So answer is B. Done? Chaliye. Now comes the next point. What is sensitivity analysis? Sensitivity. Why is sensitivity analysis particularly useful in capital budgeting? It is. Everyone, what are the various things that we consider in terms of initial this part, capital budgeting? First of all, the first thing is the initial investment. If the initial investment is more, risk is higher. Reason, everyone, if I'm putting 100 rupees into a business, I think I won't be really bothered. The moment I'm putting 1 lakh into it, I will be bothered. If I'm putting 1 CR in it, I literally have to sit there and do something about the justification that I'm doing for myself when as I'm taking the money out of my savings. It's definitely gonna affect me. Henna? What do you think, everyone? Things really affect the organizations badly. And they do. What's it? Chalo. Anyhow, now when we talk about this specific area altogether, because it provides a precise prediction for the future outcomes, and then the second point would be because it helps in understanding the impact of something, then key variables. Because ultimately, first is initial investment, second is what, everyone? The cost of the project, the returns, all those things are a part of it. Huh? What else? Cost of a project, then that is discounting factor plays an important role, and a very important role is played by cash flows. These three things makes the major difference. है ना? So what's going to be the answer, everyone? Now in this case, the answer is C. As I told you, when we talk about the key variables, these are the three key variables which impact every organization. Not one, Putting your money into something is not a joke. You really have to work harder. So when you're putting your money, you're definitely looking at a broader perspective. When you're looking at the broader perspective, you're always worried about it. So all those variables are equally important when we're trying to study an organization further. Everyone subscribe to the channel right away if you haven't done it yet, and go ahead and get yourself enrolled in the English medium revision batch right away, because if you have lesser time, then in this revision batch you'll be covering a lot of things. Case studies are being covered. I'll be taking the revision just before the examination as well. The last week is always dedicated towards completing the syllabus there. ठीक है ना? We are covering the entire syllabus. We give proper notes, and then you'll always be मतलब you have our ebooks, you have our classes in which we are taking the particular topics as well, the quick notes kind of thing that you can find for each particular subject when teachers are preparing their PPTs and all, you know, the charts and all, that they are visible to you. Then there are multiple things that are available, but for that what you need to do is you need to enroll yourself, right? So I think the most important thing is that you enroll yourself in time, so that you have enough time to decide how to work. Is this particular revision part helping you, or you want to go through the comprehensive class? Whatever you want to do, for that clarity you literally have to wait. What do you think? Well, that is what I feel. Okay, so time for concept of the day. What do you mean by the term concept of the day? Every single day I'm trying to cover one or the other another important topic that has been asked in the examination, or it can be asked in the examination, in the form of concept of the day. So let's understand what's the concept of the day. Everyone, sensitivity. That's the particular topic that we're going to talk about. Sensitivity, there are two, there are more than two, but take it, let's talk about the first two. But the sensitivity is when uh, to take a specific class, I need my laptop, I need my Wi-Fi, I need my mic, I need multiple things. I need my laptop charger. Okay, so that means these are all different variables. If one variable is affected, then the class cannot happen. Or है ना? Or it can even happen. If the mic is not working, then it's fine. I'll switch on to the laptop. Take care. If the charger is not working, then probably if a little battery is left, then I'll just take the class and then I'll rush for the battery. Take care. Second point also sorted. If the Wi-Fi is not working, how will I take the class? Well, the Wi-Fi becomes a very important and vital area. Otherwise, what will I do? I'll have to do something else. I'll have to record the classes. I'll have to provide you in a certain manner that you also get the class and I am also able to take the class. है ना? मतलब I'll have to look forward towards bigger perspective and different alternatives if one particular thing is not working, isn't it? So what do we do in this case, everyone? Sensitivity analysis is basically an investigation that is driven by data. Everything, I think, when we try to analyze something now, it's driven by data only. It determines how independent variables of a business can have an impact on the dependent variables. Independent variables are Wi-Fi. They're not dependent on anyone, but my laptop is dependent upon Wi-Fi for the class. That means in this case, these are independent. Cash flows, initial investment, these variables can affect the entire organization's projects. Not only the projects, even sometimes their existence even. How to interpret this? You have to create an experiment design. There are certain parameters, and then you have to observe which particular factor is having a greater impact and which one is having a lesser impact. ठीक है ना? Done, everyone? चलिए, with the concept of the day, just the last thing left. Everyone, this is our portal, that is www.247.com. CIB June 2024. The batches are out, everyone. Please go ahead with the Mahapacks revision batch, come case study batch. Do not let this good opportunity go away. The morning the batches for bilingual has already begun, and we are starting with our batches as well for CAIIB July 2024 case study batches as well as Power Pack revision batch, starting it a little early so that we can actually cover the case studies as well. What you need to do is click on the area of Y541 and you will get 80% discount. ठीक है जी, done. Sorry, we currently 78% discount is going on, so please go ahead and take up the 78% discount by downloading the app first. Thank you so much for being there, everyone. I'll be meeting you in the next session. Till then, keep learning.